Hello, everyone. This is Yuri here, and today's topic is when no compromise is possible in relationships. I found myself speaking about a lot of tactics and strategies that would be useful for relationships. And today I want to talk about compromises that are not possible. I'm going to reverse it today because there's certainly some things that can damage relationship to a point of no return. So today I want to give you my list and kind of get your thoughts and ideas on what you think. So be sure to leave me some comments. Be sure to engage with me and let me know what questions you have and what experiences you have with all of this. So we'll just jump right in, shall we? The first no compromise for me is indifference. It's attitudes that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it does not matter. I don't care. It's sort of like this invisible wall that's being raised between people. And that is definitely one point of no return because that is the point where person saying, I'm out mentally, emotionally, I'm out. And so I wonder, you know, what could potentially happen. One thing that I wonder about what could potentially happen to cause that for a person to react that way. Because I think there's something substantial had to happen in the past that makes one person change their mind about another person. And then at that point, what do you do? Because how do you change somebody's mind from being indifferent to being caring and loving again? That's no compromise, number one. And see, the difficult part in this situation is that this could be your fault. This could be your fault as to why the other person feel indifferent about you. But at the end of the day, how do you recover from that? And by the way, keep in mind that this is my list. This is what I deem to be no compromises, obviously. So to me, if another person is acting indifferent, that is going to be just the destroyer of a relationship. No compromise number two is disrespect. So it sort of goes to the next level from indifference because disrespect is private and public display of toxic behavior. It's undermining your opinion. It's belittling you. It's not just simply not agreeing with you. It's going an extra mile to let you know you're wrong. It's going an extra mile to say that your opinion is stupid. Like people will do those things, and when that's done in a relationship, it's again, what do you do from there? Like somebody actually made a decision to behave that way towards you. Clearly, they don't think of you not of the worthy partner anymore, but they willing to go an extra mile. They're willing to let you know how bad of a partner you are. And they could also be because they have their own problems. They might have their own traumas that they're dealing with. And some of that comes way from the past. And they just choose somehow to take it out on you. So, in any way you look at it, it's not a good situation. No compromise. Number three, drugs, smoking, and alcohol. So, I don't think you can build a relationship on destructive habits. The problem with these things, for me personally, is that you have side effects for others. So it's not just about you, it's the fact that you not acting like yourself when you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs is that there's a second hand smoke, for example, when you're smoking cigarettes. And so other people need to breathe it in. So, not to mention obvious problems, health problems that can arise from that, personal health problems, that is. now, other people directly affected by these external factors. And I don't think that these things not only can help you build the relationship, but they literally can help you to destroy a relationship in real time. For me personally, I wouldn't want to be around a person who is on drugs, smoking, or who is excessively using alcohol. We're not talking about social drinking here. We talk about consistent consumption of these substances. Let's look at some comments. Latanya said, "This is true. Once respect is gone, it's gone." Sam said, "We can debate and disagree with partners, but disrespect is never good." We can disagree and debate with partners, but disrespect is always a major problem. No compromise for is violence. To me, any relationship that is built on fear or violence is a dysfunctional relationship. You're not going to win anyone over by abusing them. It's not going to happen. Once again, you can probably ask some of the questions why people revert to violence, and that could be deep emotional trauma that happened. At the end of the day, does it really matter? My question, because that just brings destruction into relationship. And even if you able to forgive, right? Let's say you had an instance or two where your partner got violent. And by the way, it's not only about men getting violent. Women can get violent towards men too, just in a slightly different way. But once you have those instances, how do you recover from that? It's not as if you can just delete that from your mind entirely, right? You're always going to remember that somebody was trying to get violent with you. So I think in the back of your mind, you're always going to wonder, like, what kind of problems does he or does she have that she had to, to actually revert to that kind of methods of handling problems. And the trust thing is really big, right? So if you're dealing with a violent person, can you truly trust them, right? It's like, imagine if I think Dave Chappelle was joking about that. "Sally, come shave me." He was like sticking his neck out. "Come shave me, Sally." It's not like you can truly trust somebody who portrayed violent behavior towards you, because think you probably will be thinking that they can physically harm you. And then no compromise 5 is cheating. So here I'm going to talk specifically as it pertains to women. You let me know, what do you think in the comments as far as cheating for men goes. But from the man's standpoint, from a man's perspective, when women cheat, she's looking for lost emotional connection. Because I don't think that for a lot of women is about physical. I think for a lot of women is more about emotional connection. If the emotional connection there, I think for women, like, great sex, I mean, is like, if she really loves that man, and even if sex not top notch, is she really going to go out of her way to search for good sex? So I guess that's a good question to ask. Let me know in the comments if you have great emotional connection with the man, but sex with that man isn't top notch, maybe the sex that you've had in the past. Would you be searching for this physical connection for sex, in other words, elsewhere in the relationship? I My perception of it, that you won't, if you still maintain that strong emotional connection. And I think that's sort of like the difference, that man, like, known for being super physical and leading with that physical connection first, whereas women lead with emotional connections. And so if your woman cheats on you, then the the belief is, at least in my eyes, is that she lost that emotional connection with you. And so how do you regain this emotional connection with her at this point? right? It's like thinking about house that was partially destroyed. Is it easier to build a new house, or is it easier to try to rebuild that damaged house? Where do you even start, right? Because it's like damage is done, right? At what point it happened? Like, you have to go and figure out if she even will be willing to give you another try at that point. And so it's a tough situation, super tough situation. Let's look at some comments. 100% agree. There can never be any place for violence. It would always get worse. Get out at first sign of aggression. Violence never is okay in any circumstance. Once you turn violent to your partner, it is the point of no return. And for some people, it is hard to leave the situation. Appreciate your comments. This is my list. Um, this is really what I had for you. Just to recap everything that we covered. Compromise number one, indifference. No compromise number two, disrespect. No compromise number three, drugs, smoking, and alcohol. No compromise number four is violence. And no compromise number five is cheating. Those are the things that I chose, that I deem the heaviest when it comes to be able to compromise in a relationship. Would love to hear your thoughts. If you're joining me live, thank you so much. Today is a short one, but I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. Let me know in the comments maybe what other things I've missed that you would like to address and voice. And I will be, some of you know, I guess I would be remiss if I didn't mention, some of you know of situation that's right now going on in my home country of Russia, and all the craziness that's happening. Um, if you don't, I'm not going to give you the whole breakdown on here, but you can certainly check out the news. It's really, really bad. There's a lot of turmoil going on, and it's very concerning, to say the least. So some of my friends have been affected by the situation. For those of you who don't know, they have a mandatory draft that's been in effect in Russia, and then the president of the country continues to threat the world with nuclear weapons and things like that. So it's a lot of it has been on my mind. It kind of goes without saying, and a lot of people being affected by it. So this next couple of weeks, I think, will be very important. I hope and pray that they're not going to be important. Just they're not going to be as crucial for the world at large. I hope and pray that they won't. But that's what's been going on. But I appreciate you all joining. Let's give some quick thanks to everyone who's been here. Sam, thank you for being here. Latanya, thank you for being here. Becky, thank you for being here. V, thank you for being here. Felicia, appreciate you being here. And I think that's it. Have a wonderful Sunday. Take care of yourself and take care of your families. I will be in touch with everyone via Instagram, via my community tab on YouTube about the next live. And we can go from there. If you have some suggestions, I would love to hear it. Have a great day and take care.